I took a deep breath and set my police bag on the dirt floor, bending down to get out a pair of gloves after she'd walked back in with Finn. "Can you tell me what you were doing when you discovered the body?" "I was working on my tomato salad recipe," she said matter-of-factly. "I am going to enter it into the cook-off. But, Kenni, there is a body right there." She wrung her hands and told me something I could already see. "Myrna, I know this is upsetting, but it's crucial you give me all the details leading up to when you discovered the body." I put a reassuring hand on her arm. "Now, what cook-off?" I asked, wondering if a salad would even qualify. I hadn't heard of a cook-off being held. There weren't too many kept secrets around here, especially anything that involved food. "Between Jolie and Ben." She straightened her shoulders. Pride glowed in her green eyes. "I'm Team Jolie." My brows furrowed. "While you've been off solving crimes, Jolie and Ben's competitive streaks have been going 90 miles an hour. Myrna talked 90 miles an hour. "They're hosting a friendly food competition. They had people apply and cook something for them. They each picked a team of 3. This week they'll pick the winner of their 3. The finalists on each team will go up against each other. Whoever wins gets a monthly licensing fee along with their dish served at both restaurants. I'm making my family's secret tomato salad recipe with my prized tomatoes that Owen just took out." "But I thought you were in the flower contest up in Lexington this week." That I did hear. Myrna raised the most beautiful flowers in her greenhouse. She was the only florist in Cottonwood, so we didn't have much choice when it came to buying flowers. She even owned the floral department space at Dixon's Food Town, our local grocery store. Story went, she and Mr. Dixon had a bet late one night. I hadn't heard what they were betting on, but I did hear that he lost, and Myrna won a contract to be the only florist in his store. "Kenni Lowry, have you been checking up on poor old Myrna?" she asked. "Obviously not good enough," I mumbled, because I hadn't heard of any cook-off, and I was a frequent diner at both places. She scurried next to the counter and practically threw herself down next to the body. She stuck her hand up underneath the counter and pulled out a tomato just as plump as a peach. "You didn't get this one." She shook the tomato at the body before she bounced up and brushed herself off. Myrna's odd behavior and her concern of her tomatoes over the body didn't sit well. "Well, Myrna, if listening to idle gossip in the front pew of the Cottonwood Baptist Church on a Sunday morning, waiting for the preacher to give me a weekly dose of Jesus is checking up on you, then I guess you can say that I'm checking up on you and all the fine citizens of our community." I snapped the gloves on my hands and held a pair to hand to Finn. "Now, if you could answer my question." "Mm-hmm. What question was that?" Myrna rubbed the tomato like a newborn baby's butt. "Let's step outside." I had to get her out of the greenhouse before she contaminated any more evidence at the scene. "The flower show?" I asked again as I led her out. Poppa followed my every move. He cocked his head to the side, listening intently to Myrna as though he were hanging on her every word. "Oh, yes. Of course I'm doing the flower show." She shot a penetrating look my way. "Both?" I found it odd that Myrna suddenly had a lot of time on her hands. "The flower show is one weekend, whereas the cook-off spans a week," Myrna said. "What about the van?" I gestured toward the delivery van outside the greenhouse that Myrna had wrapped with images of flower arrangements. "Would Owen have been delivering flowers and come in here?" "I told you, it's late, and he didn't have any deliveries." She chewed on her bottom lip. She tilted her head to the side and looked back into the greenhouse. "Besides, he liked to use his truck on most delivery days. He said something about not having to get a ride back to his house." Finn walked out of the greenhouse. I hate to interrupt this questioning, but